It's just lead.
It's your boy D.
I'm sorry. You are tuning in to Homeroom with Smooth. Class is now in session.
Okay. All right. So hi guys, I'm back. If you ain't know, I'm back. I'm still a little under the weather, but I'm pushed through anyway. All right, because first thing I want to do, first of all, is I want to clear up something I said in my short because I was told I was wrong. I was presented evidence. So in my short, I told people that Dr. Umar created 2 broken homes. I'm wrong. He's polygamous. He merged those homes into one home. So he's polygamous. He got 2 wives unofficially, but he has 2 wives. He has 2 wives. So we look at, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm trying to come through. I'm trying to look good, man. I'm trying to look good. I'm going out the year. I'm going out the year looking fly, man. I know that's how I know you see. Hey, on me. I'm gonna be super serious, okay? Salute. Hey, I appreciate both of y'all. So look, first of all, I wanted to clear up that fact because he's polygamous. All right. Secondly, big thing. All right. So this video, if I play the video, it's gonna get taken down, but I can play the audio. So what are y'all gonna see? I'm showing y'all this so y'all know we're talking about them and y'all seen them, but I can't play it and show them. All right. So let's take a listen.
From their husbands that did shit to help black people. But this is my goal. No, it's not.
And you know what the difference is?
You're wrong.
You know what the difference is?
You're wrong.
If I marry a white woman, when I die, my wealth goes to the very people who have robbed everything from my
It's not true. But wasn't the wealth given by white?
Okay. So that's clip number 1. That's clip number 1. Now that comes from a deeper clip where I'm gonna play that audio, and then we're gonna jump right into this. So I got this from Neighborhood Talk. Let me hit this button right here because I can't show it, but I can sure play it. So let's go.
Manager that he hired to come in here and clean his motherfucking apartment. Joe might not know who the fuck cleans this.
Son just hit me. Are you mixed race?
No.
Or you a bunny hopper?
Yes.
That's why you have a liberal perspective.
That's not
because you go home.
That's not true. Yes, but that's not true. I felt this way before I met my white girlfriend.
So help me understand how you could be so passionate about the black.
I'm passionate. I'm an objective thinker. I don't. If something makes sense,
you have no loyalty to the black community.
No, I do have. I probably employ more blacks than you.
Okay, so help me understand that you employ more blacks than me, but you go home to a white woman. Why you don't have a black woman?
Because I fell in love with a white woman. Not a black.
Why didn't you fall in love with a black?
I did. I fell in love with a black woman. We broke up.
Okay, and why didn't you fall in love with another black woman?
I did that too. We broke up.
Okay. And why did you get another one and another one and another one until you found the right one?
Because I met a white woman that I fell in love with, and that's the person.
And you're being disingenuous about.
That's not true.
And let me tell you what you're being disingenuous about.
True.
Romance is a function of focus and opportunity. If I want to date an Asian, I'm going to put myself around Asian women so I can find one. If I want to date a Latino, I'm going to put myself around Latino women so I can date one.
Okay.
If you wanted to marry a black woman, you would have put yourself around black women so you can find one. So how did you end up with the Caucasian? No disrespect to her.
No, not at all. What I'm telling you is the places that I go socially are not just monolithic.
So what? I went to a white college, white job. I never buddy hopped.
Listen to my question. Let me answer you. That wasn't my priority. My priority wasn't, I'm not closed off to dating Latino women. I'm not closed off to dating Asian women. I'm not closed off to dating white women. So again, in my search for romance, all of those things were on the table.
But you do understand that by not being with a black woman, you undermine the success of the black community.
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion. Then tell me how the black community benefits from you having a white woman.
If I lend to the financial uplifting of that community, one, that's one thing. Two, if I'm helping to educate the people in that particular community, that's a benefit.
So does not your white woman benefit more from your economics than any black person?
Yeah, probably.
Exactly.
So why can't they both be mutually beneficial?
You want to know why? Because she belongs to the group that is responsible for the historical oppression of your race.
So
why would you voluntarily go over and marry into that? Because when you marry the woman, you don't just marry the woman or date the woman.
Hey, oh my God! I wish.
The history of us and them. Why would you dare lie yourself with that if you care about us?
Let me ask you a question. I want you to let me get my answers out. So hypothetically.
Okay, so good. We listen to that. Them two clips were the main thing. All right, let me see. For me as a black woman, I'll say I don't care who you date. Just don't put us black women down just so you can date a white woman. Okay. But just know there's always a difference in culture. Okay, cool. Hey, if y'all ever see me dressed up like this, I'm gonna be 110% serious. All right. And then what Ike said was what's crazy is I'm from Philadelphia and just Instagram reels, and there's not a dirtier city in America. Okay. Wow. Okay. I didn't know that about Philly. So check this out. Check this out. First of all, I we're not in a position to be fighting every little battle. Like we are trying to win an overall greater war, right? You know what I'm saying? As far as like strategy is concerned, we're trying to win a war of mindset, of culture, like all of the above. We're trying to do all of that, right? That's what we're trying to do. So with that being said, I do not think, I'll put him on screen. I'll put him on screen. That part, Dr. Umar has his stripes, but I appreciate. Yeah. So look, like I fools with Dr. Umar. Like I want to make that clear. I fools with him. Like he makes good points. He clearly comes from a good place, right? However, I don't think that removing, kicking black people to the curb that have chosen to date a particular type of person is the right recourse for where we are right now. If that person wants to be helpful, if they want to be helpful, if they want to push the cause forward, then that's what we should be doing. We should be right here. You know what I'm saying? Like we should let them be here and let them help us. We don't have to kick them to the curb because you're messing with a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and then when their children come out, right? What are we gonna call those children? We're gonna call them like they're gonna be black. They're gonna be black kids, quintessentially. Like they're gonna be black kids. They're gonna go. They're not gonna be fully accepted on the white side, and so they're gonna come over to the black side, and black people gonna be like, "Oh, you mixed? Okay, cool," and just keep it pushing in regular everyday life. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then we need to be like doing for what Dr. Umar saying to be true. We would have to be doing genealogy, right, on every person that we get with, just to make sure their bloodline is as black as possible. That's what we should be doing. That's one. That's one. If we're going off his mindset and how he's thinking, like, oh, are your parents black? Are their parents black? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what level of blackness determines blackness? And it's such a minute issue. If the person wants to give their resources and help the community and employ black people and help put us in good places and good positions, I have no problem with who you choose to go home with. I don't. Go home. Go home to anybody that you want to. Anybody in the world. Anybody in the world. As long as it's legal. As long as it's legal and it's not an animal. You can go home to anybody you want to. Okay? Anybody. That's my number one thing. You can go home to anybody. My thing is, are you helping us? Because there are black couples that are a detriment to our culture. There are black men with black women that are a detriment to our culture. There are black women that are with black men that are pulling the culture backwards down the stairs. And that's just a fact. Just because it looks like you doesn't mean it means you any good. So if that person, if that white person, that Hispanic person, that Asian person wants to come over here and actually help us and support us, I'm cool with it. I'm not finna deep dive into that situation. Like I think it's minute. It's a looking at who somebody's sleeping with is micro level. Like you're getting really like in the weeds when the macro level problem is we want to be better as a culture. Like, so if somebody wants to stand there and hold us up and be a support beam, I'm cool with it. If they want to give their finances and the resources, I'm cool with it. If they want to participate in the community, I'm cool with it. It's till the point that they become where they're either trying to take away from the culture or become an actual like what is it, like a parasitical relationship, you know what I'm saying, where they're taking from us, or what am I looking for here? What am I looking for? Where it's like kind of like a to me, what is it? To me, we are all mixed unless you can trace you lineage back at least 1,000 years, and it's been the same race since. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I fool with that. I fool with that line of thinking because everybody got a little bit of somebody else in them. Everybody do. Everybody do. We've been learning that from all them ancestry things. People like, oh, I didn't know I had Spain in me. Oh, I got Mongolian in me. Like how'd you get Mongolian? You know what I mean? Like people, it's like I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. If they want to support and be here and help and push our culture and our agenda forward, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. We don't have enough people. We don't have enough people that of our own see, yeah, I agree with that. The problem uh is when treat someone a certain way due to just their skin color. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave that on the screen because if we go based on that, you know what I'm saying, more black people should support more black businesses, but we don't. um Everybody, instead of supporting black businesses, everybody wants to own one. And here's the sad reality of it all, right? Everybody can't be an owner, right? If we're talking about a capitalistic system, we're in the capitalist system. So there's going to be winners, there's going to be losers, and sometimes you're going to have to just play your role in the support system, so then somebody else can get in a better position, so then they can pull you up. But we don't have that mindset the right way. If you see that in, like, you see that in Asian and Hispanic cultures, they'll move over here and they'll live together. You know what I'm saying, under one roof, and then they'll get one person thing going, and then they'll move on, they'll hire all everybody, and then they'll move the next thing over, and they'll just keep doing it over and over and over again until now that house, nobody lives in it. That house now that they used to all live in, they turned it into an Airbnb. They turned into an Airbnb, and they all got their own houses, individual. And now they pulling money together to go start another business or buy some more property. Like they understand communal identity. Like everybody's so busy trying to lead and be right over here when that's not what matters. What matters is winning. That's all that matters is winning. And we are not winning on like the highest level possible. We're winning, we're getting small victories here and there, yeah, but we're not winning. Okay? And to win the war and to get to where we want to get to, we're gonna have to just stop looking at micro things with people. You know what I'm saying? We need to just analyze them overall. You know what I'm saying? Give them an overall rating. Are you pushing the culture forward, or are you pulling us back, or are you neutral? That's it. Forward, backwards, neutral. If that person ain't neutral or forward, we gotta let them go. We gotta let them go, and we keep moving forward. That's it. That's it. All the levels of degeneracy and promoting crime and violence and like different other things of that nature, like things that we could actually do that would actually like help us out. We don't do them. Um, Most important, black business owners recognize the importance of supporting other black businesses, and because of that, there is an increase in black people supporting those businesses. Exactly. That's why I love what Keith Lee is doing. I love what Keith Lee is doing. He literally goes around, even though he helps other businesses that aren't black, he primarily goes to black businesses and literally gives them the stimulus package. Keith Lee to the food world is Keith Lee eating your food is to what Drake hopping on your song is. That's the only thing I can compare him to. Because I've never seen one person do something and then everybody shows up. Everybody shows up. Everybody goes off his one recommendation. And that's why in my short I was asking, like, I'm like, what has Dr. Umar done besides make good points sometimes? Like, what has he really done though? And nobody was able to give me that. Somebody said, go do your research. I'm like, bro, no. You should be able to tell me yourself What has he done? Because I'm still waiting on that school to pop up. I'm still waiting on a couple of those other things. Just because somebody makes good points doesn't mean that they themselves aren't part of the problem. If you're taking black people's money and you're not actually investing it and doing what you're supposed to be doing with said black people money, then we need to remove you from leadership. Sure, you can keep your speakership, but we need to remove you from leadership. He can keep speaking, but he can't lead no more. He can't lead no more. He's not doing what he's supposed to do with the resources. And every leader doesn't have to be in the front. That's another thing, and that's another one of my problems with our culture. Everybody wants to be in the front. Everybody wants to be front facing, and da 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 da. You can lead from the back. Leading from the back is actually like what most people that actually are leading do. They're back there calling the shots. You know what I'm saying? Looking. You know what I'm saying? Like with an oversight view and kind of trying to move all the pieces together to kind of keep everything moving forward. If you're in the front trying to turn around every time, every like 5 seconds going, look at me, yeah, I did this, I did that. Like everybody's trying to prove that there's something. Hold on, what you got? We point out the problem and sit on it. We need to become solution based and how to get something out of it and not point it out and leave it. I agree. Because we will talk about a problem over and over and over again and won't make no nothing, won't make nothing of it. Worry about winning as a whole and not just single person success as a group of people, not just one person doing everything by themselves. Facts. He's on the ish list of people they don't want to progress though. He got the permits for the school and they wouldn't give him funding. He was very important in the film Hidden Colors. Yeah, hey, Hidden Colors is fire. Hidden Colors is fire. Hidden Colors is fire. So if he's important, if he did that, okay, cool, that's cool. And they wouldn't give him the permits. Like, why? My thing is, has he came out and explained this? Has he came out and explained this? Has he came out and explained like why they wouldn't give him the permits for the school? Cause I mean, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker here though. He couldn't get the permits, right? He couldn't get the permits, right? You know, okay, he has. Okay, so check this out. Check this out. The thing with him versus Ish, right? He couldn't get the permits. He couldn't, and Umar can't send his black wives, either of them in there to get the permits done. However, the benefit of Ish is Ish could then take his wife and send her in there to go get to open a school. He could send her in there. Now her name is on it. Now she's the white front facing. Like you could use those pieces. You could use those people to your advantage. But people don't want to do that. People don't want to do that. Like if this person is with you and they're for you and they're supporting you, go and put a front facing on the school. Get the school opened, up and all that, and then sell it off. Then sell it off. Then change your leadership. Then appointing, blah 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 blah, and you're just taking the background, and then she just sits in the background as a figurehead person per se. And now Dr. Umar is still ahead of the school. Well, Ish in this example, Ish is still the head of the school. He just used her as the front white face to get it done. That's what they did in that bank movie. What's that bank movie with Denzel and is it Denzel? It's somebody in somebody else. You know what I'm saying? What is it? He also said he was a direct descendant of Frederick Douglass, and the family of Frederick Douglass said he wasn't 100% directly related to Frederick Douglass. Oh, that's crazy. Also, because people have an opinion of Dr. Umar, they refuse to support him. Hold on. And he low key looks like him now that I think about it. Well, Frederick Douglass, I mean a little bit. So that having an opinion about Dr. Umar, yeah, because he talks too much sometimes. There's an art to being quiet. There's an art to being quiet. And this is what I mean by he talks too much. This is what I mean by he talks too much. Let me put this next thing on the screen real quick for y'all. Let me put this next thing on the screen. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that about him talking too much. Let me see. There we go. There we go. All right. So listen to this. This is Dr. Umar talking about Vanessa Bryant. Used Kobe and his money after his death to only lift up her own community and not the black community. Okay. So yeah. Yep. So now that I did that, I got it out the way. Let me move this back. All right, here we go.
Let me ask you,
Kobe Bryant.
let me ask you a
Kobe
question.
Bryant.
Let me ask you a question.
Kobe Bryant died. Vanessa inherited his wealth.
Sure.
And guess what? Is Vanessa Bryant using any of that black man's money to do any good in the black community?
Let me ask you a question.
Absolutely fucking not.
We don't know.
Vanessa
Wait.
Bryant. Listen,
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
How you know?
Vanessa
You know?
Bryant,
Let me ask you a question.
Well,
if
wait.
she's a public.
Can I ask you a question?
She just
You don't know
You
that.
didn't see that initiative.
You don't know
I
that.
do know. I do know.
Let
I'm
me ask
telling
you-
you now.
let me ask you a
Vanessa
question.
Bryant just started an initiative with 3 predominantly white colleges, some sort of a sports initiative with Kobe's money and Kobe's name. Didn't choose a single HBCU.
Let me ask you a question.
With a black man's money. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, he died from taking a COVID shot. Is his white widow using any of Marvelous Marvin Hagler's fortune to help black folks?
You're being unfair.
I'm being unfair. How?
Let me tell you why.
Expecting white women to use
Stop.
black money to help black people?
No.
How is that unfair?
Because the same way you naming these people,
Uh-huh.
we can name mad black wives that got.
Oh, snaps. I really freaking froze. Right here. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Hold on. I hate when this happens. Every time. All right, I'm back, y'all. Did y'all hear that? That's what I need to know. Did you hear the video? Yes or no? Did you hear the video? Did you hear the video? Oh my god, it acted like it was going to freeze again. Did y'all hear the video? Yes or no? That's what I need to know. Let me know if y'all heard it. Let me know if y'all heard it. Heard it. Okay. Cool beans. Now look, what he said that about her. Okay, so look, let's get into the facts. All right, let's get into the facts. These facts aren't from me. All right, these are from YouTube guy, Sneaker Fetish. Yeah, you can see that. You can see that. So proper credit. This is so Vanessa Bryant donated 16 million to Kobe's foundation serving underprivileged youth. 2, Kobe didn't even go to college. Why is he responsible for HBCUs? 3, Kobe was a founding member of the African American History Museum. Okay, dude, just double type that and gave $1 million to that. And that's a fact. I've been in the African American Museum, and when you look at the founding members, his name is listed there. I think he gave it under both their name. I think he gave it under both their names. So you see like Kobe and Vanessa Bryant. I think you see both of them on there. I could be wrong. Marvin Hagler's widow went on record saying he did not pass from the COVID shot. And then 5, that was a 3-way partnership with Nike basketball for the teams to wear his shoes. Dr. Umar is wrong on this one. So yeah, so Nike was more so responsible for brokering that deal, and it was just schools. Like who can, like they're wearing his shoes. Okay, and like it's predominantly white school. Like he didn't choose the HBC. Like he wasn't responsible for that. They just wanted an athlete attached to it. That Nike wanted an athlete attached to it. Kobe was like the perfect one at the time because it was like, okay, like who could we use? Whose shoes are hot right now? You know what I'm saying? And it was like a legacy thing. You know what I'm saying? For a legacy play to like get Kobe shoes on these kids. Now, this is the part where I wanted to say, like, uh, because people have an opinion of Dr. Umar. It's stuff like this. He doesn't have to say this. You don't have to attack a widow. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to attack Kobe's wife. You know what I'm saying? To win this point, you don't to bring this point up at all. There's a different way to go about that. But no, he wanted to specifically single her out, target her, you know what I'm saying? And now you're bringing on more hatred from people that didn't even care about what you were saying. Now they're getting mad because they're like trying to protect her. You pulling on people's heartstrings. You don't have to use some of these people that he does in different examples. He doesn't. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. And it behoove him to become a strategist instead of just trying to like when you're trying to win a war, all right, strategy wise against people that have been playing dirty, you're gonna have to play in the mud too to win. Just straight up, you're gonna have to play in the mud too. And what I mean by that, I don't mean by fully compromise your principles. However, if somebody's already in a position to help you, you can't deny said help. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't like you don't like who they sleep with. Like, I think that's dumb. Like, even if Ish was with another, I don't know, let's say he was homosexual and was with another black man. That's still not helping the black women out in the community. Like, at the end of the day, like, are you still upset? Like, no, who somebody chooses to sleep with has no bearing on the future outcome. Has no bearing. Has no bearing. When we could just win. We could just win. Like, just get it done. And then once we get to where we need to get to, then we start dealing with little small stuff. Then you start dealing with little small stuff. But right now, that mindset, feeling that way about that stuff, that's not gonna get us nowhere. We're not gonna get to where we need to get to. We're not gonna become who we need to become as a people, as a whole. There's no way we're gonna reach it. Like, every time it turns into some little infighting. Every time it turns into this crab mentality of, well, if you could do it, I could do it too. Like, what if you can't? What if you can't? You know that's why I'm a big, like, you gotta expand. First of all, we gotta expand our to where they can do more. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop feeding them into these, like, basically the entertainment pipeline. You know what I'm saying? And most of them failing. They're wasting good years of their life where they could not be doing that and actually be doing something else that actually is beneficial to the community. But we don't make that thing cool. That's all we have to do. We just have to make it cool. Black people weren't into mental health and mental health field, but guess what? It all of a sudden became cool. It became cool to have a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a culture shift. That's what we got to do. We have to shift our culture to where we want it to be. And until the day we do that, we're going to be stuck repeating these same arguments all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say what I say about, like the type of media we consume. Like, at some point in your life, you got to start consuming other media. You have to. Otherwise, it's just gonna you're what you're gonna be putting out isn't gonna be as positive. Isn't gonna be moving yourself forward. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, like, for instance, like, you want to build a house, you want to get home, you want to be a homeowner, it would behoove you to listen to stuff about the home ownership and home market and all that. Like, when I was really into stocks and trades, that's all I listened to all day. All day. I would just play like an economic uh an economist. Thank you. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. An economist. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube, a different economist, and I would just listen to him. And I would just listen to him talk. And some of them be talking good stuff, and some of them wouldn't be talking good stuff. But at the end of the day, I was filtering through that information. And I feel like we don't we don't facilitate, like, different interests. Like, just we need to give people more We need to give people more options to be cool. To be cool. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. Like if you're doing XXYZ or you want to work for XXYZ company, I think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like going into politics, like we need a lot of that. We need a lot of that. Because there's a lot of places we could probably clean up. We could probably clean house, especially if we took the whole black vote and devoted it to that one candidate. If we said this is our black person, then Dr. Umar wouldn't have to worry about getting help from the people for the school. The person that we put in there would already know what time he's on and be like, okay, bet we're approving it. But we're focused on the wrong things. But anyway, that's what I had to say. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I did want to say, like, again, Dr. Umar is a polygamist, so I was wrong about him not making broken homes. You know what I'm saying? So that's my apology for that. I was wrong. However, you know what I'm saying, he does, and I'm gonna stand on that. He does put his foot in his mouth a lot, and he would benefit from just shutting up on some things or going about it a different way. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it. That's all I have. That's my time. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm up out of here.